Hello everyone, welcome to this session on cybersecurity. So in today's session, we are going to look at forensic analysis of email. For example, a cybercrime like phishing is committed and the details of a particular person are stolen, and those details are used for credit card fraud or bank fraud or something else. Then the forensic people will analyze the email. Okay. So here in the picture you can see how the email works. So from the sending or receiving point of view, you will see only this. Okay. So if you are the sender, you will send an email to the recipient. That's all. So under the hood there are so many things happening. So the actual thing is this. Okay. So when the sender sends email, it first of all goes to the sender's mail client. For example, if you are using Gmail in a browser, your browser will be the mail client. Okay, so Gmail in the browser will be your mail client, and that email is transferred to sender's MDA or MTA. Means mail delivery agent or mail transfer agent. You can think of it as a software which is running on a system. So the system belongs to Google if you are using Gmail, and the system belongs to uh, Microsoft if you are using Hotmail. Okay, so for this example, let's think that the sender is using Gmail and the recipient will use Hotmail. Okay, so from there, from the mail transfer agent, it will go to Gmail's network. Okay, so in the network, there will be Google's mail server. The task of mail server is to store and forward emails. Okay, so here is the MTA, mail transfer agent, and the MTA will live inside mail server. Okay, so the server maintains a email queue where the mails will be stored and forwarded whenever the network bandwidth is enough. Okay, so from there the mail goes through several routers, that is uh, the internet. Okay, so in the internet there are a lot of routers, and the mail will be transferred through those routers along a certain path, and finally it reaches. This might be optional, but it is always there. Spam and virus blockers. So based on various rules, the spam and virus blockers will be searching for different parts of the email which will classify it as spam or if it contains virus, and they will discard the email. The email is spam or virus. Okay, and once the mail is a genuine email, it goes to recipient's mail server. As I already said, let's say this is Hotmail. So the server belongs to Microsoft here, and it goes through Microsoft's network, internal network, and it reaches the recipient's mail transfer agent, and finally the recipient's mail client, and then the recipient can see their mail in the inbox. Okay, so this is the whole process through which the email will be transferred from sender to receiver. So some points about what I have already explained. So what is an email system? It's a combination of hardware and software. Like you have seen in the previous slide, hardware means the systems that belongs to Gmail and Microsoft, and software means the mail server. Mail server software will be there. So the combination of that hardware and software is called the email system. And the two most important components of email system are, one is email server like the Google's email server and Microsoft email server, and the email gateways. Gateways are nothing but routers. Okay, so gateway means router. of email servers is to forward, collect, store, and deliver the email from one person to other people. Okay. And what is the task of email gateways or routers is they act like connections between different email servers. Like in our example, the gateways connect the Gmail server and Microsoft server. And mail server software, it controls the flow of email. Okay, and the mail client, it is the software which is used to send and receive emails. It can be browser, or it can be Outlook, or it can be Mozilla Thunderbird. Okay, there are different softwares for reading and sending email. And email contains two parts. One is the header meta information, and the actual message, which is the body. So from forensic analysis point of view, email header is very important, which contains meta information. So you will see what is that meta information. So when you look at a full header, it provides the entire path through which the email has moved from source to destination. Okay, so like there will be several systems through which the email will go from sender to receiver, and all those IP addresses can be seen in the email's header. Okay, right. So the header also includes IP address and also other information. And the header is a collection of fields like key value pairs. If you know website headers or browser headers, the email header will also be very similar, which contains different information which is arranged in the key value pairs. So the actual message is within the body of the email, and these email headers can be easily spoofed by spammers. Okay, so the forensic people has to be very careful, and the analysis of this header provides the important investigating evidence. Okay, so after getting the source IP address, we can go to the internet service provider for getting further details. And those details are like what is the name of the person's address, their contact number, internet facility like internet plan, etc. What is the type of address, static or dynamic, and any other relevant information. So after getting all this information, they can go and arrest that person. Okay, and all this information is important during investigations. Okay, and also as I already said, the email goes to several systems. In all those systems like servers, there will be logs where all the traffic is documented and stored. That is also very helpful information for forensic analysis. Okay, so uh, this is with respect to the email header. If the server mentioned in the received section of the email header, if it does not match the server of email sender, then you can say it is a fake email. Okay, and there is a field in the header called message ID, which will help us to find a particular email log entry which is maintained in the email server. It just acts as an index. So using that message ID of the email, we can find the particular log entry in the email server. And what is the format of the internet email or internet messages is, it is defined within the RFC 2822. So RFC means request for comments. It's a document where everything is documented about all the specifications in the internet. So you can just go and Google this RFC and you can see all the information about the format of emails. So according to that RFC, every email must have a global unique identifier so that we can identify each and every email. Okay, so within the RFC, it defines the syntax of message ID. What is the format of message ID? How many characters should be there, etc. And the message ID can be, it can appear in any of the three fields in the email header. One is the message ID header of the email, or in reply to header of the email, or in references header. So finally, I would like to talk about some tools. There is a website called mki.cz. You can go to the browser and you can type this web address, and using this website you can send spoofed emails to any person. Okay, so if you want to play with your friends, or want to play a prank, you can go to this website and just fill out the fields like to whom you want to send the mail, to and what is the message you want to send, and also you have the facility to attach uh, files. You can attach files also and send the email. Just try it and have some fun, but don't use it for malicious purpose. And there is one more website called MX Toolbox, using which you can perform email header analysis. It is a straightforward website. You can go and try it out. So that's it about forensic analysis of email. Thank you.